Let me paint you a wild picture. You're in New York City, the most iconic city in the world. You hop into your car expecting to cruise down Fifth Avenue like a scene out of a movie. But guess what? A city bus? Just past you. A cyclist zoomed by. Even a pedestrian walking briskly is somehow ahead of you. Welcome to New York City traffic, where buses, bikes, and feet are faster than your fancy car. Sounds broken? That's because it is. This is the story of how America's biggest, richest city became home to one of the most chaotic, gridlocked, and slowest traffic systems in the developed world. And maybe how it can be saved. Let's start with the facts. New York drivers waste over 117 hours a year stuck in traffic. That's nearly 5 full days, just sitting there, doing nothing. According to the INRIX Global Traffic Scorecard, New York is often ranked as the most congested city in the US and among the worst on the planet. But here's where it gets even more absurd. The average speed of a car in Midtown Manhattan, just 4.7 miles per hour. That's basically jogging speed. And in some areas during peak hours, it drops to 2.5 miles per hour, barely faster than walking. You could literally walk with a coffee and still beat a car stuck in traffic. So what's going on here? The problem with New York traffic isn't just the number of cars, it's the way the city was built and broken. Let's go back to the basics. New York was designed in the 1800s with a rigid grid system meant for horses and carriages, not SUVs and Uber drivers. Narrow lanes, tight corners, thousands of intersections. It's not a city built for fast cars. Then came the cars. Post-War II America saw the rise of car culture. Suburbs exploded. People commuted into Manhattan, and suddenly, New York streets weren't for pedestrians. They were dominated by vehicles. But here's the twist. Unlike cities like Los Angeles that were rebuilt around cars, New York never really adapted. Instead, it overcrowded. Add in endless delivery vans, double-parked trucks, taxis weaving through lanes, and rideshare vehicles constantly stopping mid-street. The result? Chaos. Now here's where things get truly ironic. You'd think in a traffic jam, everything slows down. But one unlikely winner is the MTA bus. Let that sink in. The bus, traditionally the slowest vehicle on the road, now often beats private cars in average speed during rush hour. In fact, in many NYC neighborhoods, select bus service routes have become the fastest way to travel, especially with bus-only lanes and transit signal priority. One MTA study found that during peak hours, cars moved at 4 miles per hour, while buses averaged 6 to 8 miles per hour. Cyclists and delivery e-bikes? Even faster. It's a transportation reversal no one expected, but makes perfect sense when you look closer. So, what's really choking NYC's roads? Let's break it down. Too many cars. Over 2 million cars enter Manhattan each day. That's too many for streets designed before the light bulb was invented. Double parking. Delivery trucks and Ubers constantly stop mid-lane. New York loses millions in productivity from this alone. Outdated traffic signals. Unlike Tokyo or Copenhagen, New York signals aren't smart. Many still run on fixed timers instead of real-time data. Lack of enforcement. Bus lanes exist, but drivers often ignore them. And when enforcement is weak, rules mean nothing. Parking addiction. There are more free or cheap parking spots than there should be. This encourages more driving into already jammed zones. It's not just traffic, it's a system built to fail. And the impact? It's not just a few annoyed drivers honking in frustration. This traffic mess hurts everyone. Pedestrians. More congestion equals more dangerous intersections. Traffic deaths have been rising, especially for walkers and bikers. Delivery workers. They lose hours every day navigating clogged streets, risking tickets or injury just to meet deadlines. Bus riders. When cars block bus lanes, transit gets slower, less reliable, especially for lower-income residents who rely on it. Families and workers, parents picking up kids, nurses trying to get to work, fire trucks and ambulances stuck behind traffic. Everyone loses. Traffic is no longer an inconvenience, it's a public safety issue. But here's the twist. New York is trying to fix it. Dedicated bus lanes. The city has added over 140 miles of bus-only lanes, many with cameras to catch violators. Open Streets program. During COVID, NYC closed certain streets to cars, allowing people to walk, bike, and dine outdoors. It worked, and many want it to stay. Congestion pricing. Planned for 2025, New York will become the first US city to charge a fee for driving into Lower Manhattan. The goal? Reduce traffic and fund better transit. Curb management. The city is piloting new systems to manage delivery zones, reduce double parking, and prioritize emergency access. But change is slow, and opposition is fierce. Many drivers feel unfairly targeted. Businesses worry about losing customers. Politicians fear backlash. It's a battle between progress and parking privileges. Now let's zoom out. Other cities were once just as jammed, but they changed. Paris. Mayor Anne Hidalgo banned cars from the River Seine, expanded bike lanes, and turned the city into a walkable paradise. Tokyo. Despite its size, Tokyo has no traffic jams like New York. Why? Smart traffic signals, disciplined drivers, and an incredible train system. Stockholm. They introduced congestion pricing back in 2006. Traffic dropped by 20%, emissions fell, and public support rose. Even London managed to reduce car use with congestion zones and bus prioritization. So what's stopping New York? The politics of change, the legacy of car culture, and a deep resistance to anything that messes with my right to drive. So here's the bottom line. New York City traffic is broken, not because it's too crowded, but because it's been built for the wrong era. It's a 21st century city with a 20th century street system trying to handle 19th century layouts. And unless big changes happen fast, the world's greatest city will stay stuck in traffic. But there's hope. With smarter design, stronger enforcement, and bold leadership, New York could become a place where buses fly, streets are safe, and people, not cars, come first. The question is, will New York choose to move forward or keep sitting in place? If you've ever sat in NYC traffic, if a bike ever beat you to work, or if you just believe cities can be better, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's redesign the future, one street at a time.